as the market starts to change and we go into a downturn potentially next year, most of them, this is the first time they've experienced that. So this would be the second time or maybe more that you've experienced it. So give me kind of your lessons learned from the first recession.
All right. The first one I went through was in 1981 as a contractor. That's when the interest rates got up to almost 19% interest rate. Oh, it was horrible. It was a very difficult time, but people still buy and sell homes, even with high interest rate like that. Then we were pretty much okay. Once that came off of its high pollutant level, it came down to 18, 17, 16, came down to 12. We lingered around 11. And a lot of people don't know this, but the interest rates kept going down until 2008. We were hinging somewhere around a 4 to 8%, depending on where you are. But once we hit 2008, the market crashed. And the market crashed because of the subprime that had directly to do with what we do. The subprime of properties, when people purchased them and got loans, that's what went bad. And because of everybody was holding on to loans that they couldn't afford, we even had banks going bankrupt because of such. And when that happened, a lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of your home builders, they lost their butt. Yeah, the only home builders that were really able to get through 2008 and still build houses was the big boys, the Ryan Homes and the Lennars and the people like that, because they could still get a loan. Remember, your small time builders, could not get loans. And a lot of times these builders were holding on to 5, 6, 10 houses when the market crashed, and they couldn't sell them. Yeah. And when they did, they had to file bankruptcy. And then the bank wouldn't give them any loan for within 5 years. So we didn't really hit the next really outcome until the 2012, 2013, when all the new builders, all the old builders were able to get their loans back and start building. And that's when we started doing more inspections for somebody other than big builders.
When the market contracted in those years after 2008, how did it affect your business? And did you have to make sacrifices or make choices as far as like you couldn't spend all the resources that you could before?
Absolutely. There was 2 issues with the 2008. Leading up to 2008, people weren't getting home inspections because they were buying homes sight unseen. So people don't realize it was actually an issue for home inspectors prior to 2008. Houses were selling like hotcakes, but nobody was getting inspections, because if you got an inspection, they wouldn't sell it to you, because they were selling.
Familiar.
Yeah, they were selling homes for $50,000 more than what they were worth. So they were niching the home inspections. So we actually were doing less home inspections almost before 2008. Then when 2008 hit, everybody was getting home inspections that were purchasing. However, not many people were purchasing.
Right.
People don't realize all these little ins and outs.
So obviously you came out fine. You said it was around, 2012 that you started kind of picking up and accelerating. And then was it pretty smooth up until, the pandemic and the year following?
It was increasing. We had the ability to grow the company. We were very proud of where we were. It was increasing in the right manner at the right pace. Once the new builders came in, like I said, 2012 were the old builders, and they started building. That's when really it started picking up. But people kept sticking with the home inspections where they weren't niching them. Remember, you normally niche home inspections when it's a seller's market. And even though we turned to a seller's market and people were starting to niche them before the pandemic, a lot of them were still getting home inspections. So people were thriving before the pandemic because all the builders were back into play again. And interest rates were low, very low. In fact, lower than what, do you know what interest rate is an average for our country?
Like historically?
Yeah.
Tell me.
8%.
Hmm.
I mean, if you go across the board, we've been up to 19, we've been down to what, 2.5%, 3%. But
Right.
if you average it across the board, 8% is an average interest rate for our country. And yet we're freaking out because we're at 7 some odd percent. You know, take it in perspective, people buy and sell homes 8%. Once they get used to 8%, home sales are going to go back up. Once they feel comfortable that we're on the right path, and we're going to get there. This too will be passed. We're going to pass this and we're going to be back to where we were. It's a matter of when.
Hi everyone, this is Louis from Spectora. I'm going to put 3 links down in the description below. The first link is for you if you like Spectora, but maybe you just have a couple questions. You can schedule a 15-minute discovery call with someone from our client success team to make sure that Spectora is a great fit for you. It is, by the way. If you're ready to dive in and start using the app, the second link is for our free trial. With the average cost of a home inspection, that's a couple $1,000s that you'll pocket before you pay us a dime. And the third link is for our Spectora Jumpstart program. If you're a brand new home inspector, you probably need a website, or maybe you have a website that you just kind of threw up real quick and you're not super thrilled with it. In the Jumpstart program, we'll make you a great website based on feedback from you to make sure that it reflects your business, your market, and you. We'll optimize it for search engines, and we'll put an online scheduler on your website too, so you can spend less time on the phone and more time out in the field working. We'll also bundle it with a full year of the Spectora app, and we'll do it at a great price too. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you check out other videos on this channel, and take care.